The Law of Money, 19 Timeless Principles to Master Wealth. Introduction. Welcome to a journey, one that has the power to transform the way you think, feel, and act about money for the rest of your life. In a world where financial stress silently steals joy and where most people chase money without ever understanding it, this book is your invitation to something different, something deeper, something lasting. This is not a get-rich-quick guide. It's not about gimmicks, hacks, or overnight success. This is about truth, timeless truths. Money follows laws, just like gravity. You don't have to like them. You don't have to agree with them. But if you align with them, money begins to flow. If you ignore them, life becomes a struggle. Simple as that. This book is built on 19 principles, laws, that have stood the test of time. They've been used by wealthy individuals across centuries, cultures, and continents. These are not theories, these are proven principles. They work whether you're a millionaire or starting from nothing. But here's the secret. Wealth isn't about luck, it's about alignment with your values, your habits, your mindset, and with these laws. As you listen to each chapter, you'll begin to feel a shift in how you see money, a shift in how you feel about your future, and most importantly, a shift in what you believe is possible. You don't have to be born into money to master it. You just have to learn the rules of the game, and that's exactly what we're about to do. Let's begin. Part 1. The foundation of wealth. Before wealth shows up in your bank account, it must exist in your mindset. Wealth is first a decision, then a discipline, and finally, a result. In this section, we lay the groundwork, the inner architecture of wealth. These first 5 laws aren't about money management. They're about money magnetism. Believe you deserve wealth. Wealth begins with belief. You can read every financial book, attend every seminar, and listen to all the gurus. But if deep down you don't believe you're worthy of wealth, none of it will stick. Many people have been conditioned to believe that wanting money is selfish or wrong, that rich people are greedy, that success should feel like a struggle. But here's the truth. Money flows where it feels welcome. If you believe wealth is evil, you will sabotage your own growth. If you believe you're unworthy, you will block opportunities. To become wealthy, you must first give yourself permission to be wealthy. Say this to yourself: I am worthy of wealth. I am open to receiving abundance in all forms. This is not wishful thinking. This is wiring your subconscious. Belief comes before balance sheets. Wealth starts in the mind. What you think about consistently becomes your reality. Your money story, the one you repeat silently, is the script your life follows. Do you think wealth is hard to achieve? That there's never enough? That it's only for others? Change your thoughts, and your world begins to shift. Wealthy people don't just think about money, they think like money. They see opportunity where others see risk. They feel calm when others panic. They expect growth, not scarcity. Reprogram your mind. Replace "I can't afford that" with "How can I afford that?" Replace "I'm broke" with "I'm building." Your financial thermostat is in your mind. Reset it and everything changes. Clarity is power. Define what wealth means to you. What does wealth mean to you? Don't say a lot of money. That's vague. Define it. Feel it. Know it. Is it freedom from debt? The ability to travel? To retire your parents? To build a business? To donate generously? Clarity creates energy. When your vision is blurry, your motivation is weak. But when you know why you want wealth, your desire becomes a force. Write it down. Speak it out. Visualize it daily. Let your definition of wealth become the compass for your decisions. Because if you don't define success for yourself, someone else will. The law of value. Give more than you. Take money is not the goal. Value is. Money is just a reward, a thank you, a reflection of the value you've given. Do you want to earn more? Then give more. Solve bigger problems, serve more people. Make life easier for someone. Whether you're an employee, an entrepreneur, or an artist, your income will always mirror your impact. Ask yourself daily, how can I give more value today than I'm paid for? This mindset attracts abundance, because the marketplace always rewards the person who gives more than expected. Remember, money follows value, not the other way around. Focus on assets, not appearances. In today's world, it's easy to confuse wealth with the appearance of wealth. Fancy clothes, new cars, expensive gadgets, these things are not wealth. They are often distractions from wealth. The rich don't show off, they build. They buy income-producing assets, real estate, stocks, businesses, intellectual property. Poor people try to look rich. Rich people focus on becoming richer, quietly. Stop trying to impress others. Start trying to impress your future self. Ask yourself, is this purchase feeding my ego or building my future? Build assets, delay gratification? Let your wealth grow in silence, because the true symbol of wealth is freedom, not fashion. Closing of part 1. These 5 laws are your roots. Without them, every strategy you learn will fall apart. With them, everything you touch will begin to grow. Wealth is a mindset first, a method second. And now that your foundation is set, it's time to move forward. In the next section, we'll explore the habits that turn principles into progress and income into independence. Let's continue. Part 2. The habits of the wealthy. Wealth isn't just an event, it's a pattern, a rhythm, a lifestyle. Behind every self-made millionaire is a set of habits, small actions done consistently that lead to massive results. The difference between the poor and the wealthy isn't intelligence, it's repetition. The wealthy repeat actions that create wealth. The poor repeat actions that destroy it. In this part of the book, we go beyond belief and into behavior. These next 5 principles are about mastering the daily disciplines that quietly, steadily, and powerfully build financial success. Save first, spend later. Most people get paid and immediately spend. Then they try to save what's left. Usually nothing is left. Wealthy people do the opposite. They pay themselves first. The moment money comes in, a portion is saved or invested before anything else is touched. This one habit, simple as it sounds, is what separates the wealthy from the struggling. Set up an automatic system. When money enters your account, have a fixed percentage move into savings or investments. Make it invisible. Make it non-negotiable. Even if it's just 10%, start now. Because saving isn't about how much you earn. It's about how consistent you are. 7. Automate and discipline your finances. Willpower is a weak strategy. Discipline wins, but automation dominates. Wealthy people remove emotion from money decisions. They don't wait to feel ready to invest or save. They automate it. Your bills can be automated. Your savings can be automated. Your investing can be automated. Set systems in motion that don't rely on mood, motivation, or memory. Automation creates financial momentum, and momentum builds wealth quietly while you sleep. Make your money habits boring. That's how they become powerful. Master the power of compounding. Albert Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. It's not just for numbers, it's a law of nature. Here's the secret. Small efforts done consistently beat big efforts done occasionally. Investing a small amount early grows far more than investing a larger amount later. Example: if you invest $200 a month from age 25 to 35 and stop forever after that, you'll likely have more money at retirement than someone who starts at 35 and invests $200 a month until age 65. Why? Compounding. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. The longer it rolls, the more unstoppable it becomes. Start small. Start now. Let time and consistency do the heavy lifting. Avoid debt. Like a plague, debt is a wealth killer, especially consumer debt. Credit cards, payday loans, financing things you don't need. These are traps. They steal your future to pay for your present. Wealthy people use debt strategically to acquire appreciating assets. Poor people use debt emotionally to impress others or escape stress. Here's the rule. If the debt doesn't make you money, don't take it. If you're in debt, now face it. Make a plan. Attack it ruthlessly. Because interest on debt works against you the same way compound interest works for you. Freedom from debt is the first stage of financial power. Freedom to grow comes next. 10. Track every dollar with awareness. Money loves attention. When you track it, it behaves. When you ignore it, it disappears. Wealthy people know where every dollar is going and why. You don't need a complicated spreadsheet. You need awareness. How much are you earning? Where is it being spent? What's draining your wealth without your permission? Most people are not broke. They are bleeding money in places they never notice. Track your money weekly. Review your expenses monthly. Know your net worth quarterly, because what gets measured improves, and what gets ignored decays. Closing of Part 2 habits are the invisible architecture of wealth. Each of these 5 principles is simple, but not easy. That's why most people ignore them and remain stuck, but not you. By now, you're building, not just new knowledge, but new patterns. You're turning invisible discipline into visible results. In the next section, we move into strategy and growth, where you'll learn how to multiply money, invest with intelligence, and create wealth beyond a single paycheck. Let's continue your transformation. Part 3. Wealth through action and strategy. Wealth is not a dream. It is a decision followed by consistent action. This is where knowledge becomes power, if it's applied. Because no matter how much you believe or how well you save, wealth won't grow without movement. Wealthy people don't wait. They create. This part of the book is about intelligent, intentional action. These 5 laws are strategic. They are how the wealthy multiply money, build systems, and rise above the limits of time and income. Learn to multiply income streams. One income stream is not wealth. It's a job, and a job can disappear in a moment. Wealthy people understand the danger of depending on one source of income. So they diversify. They build multiple streams, sometimes quietly, often creatively. This could be a business that runs without them, royalties from intellectual property, rental income from real estate, dividends from investments, monetize skills online. The goal isn't to work harder. It's to get your money working while you sleep. Start with one new stream, test it, build it, then build another. Eventually, your income becomes a web, strong, stable, and scalable. Invest early. Invest often. You can't earn your way to wealth alone. You must invest. Wealthy people don't just work for money. They make money work for them. They understand. The earlier you start, the less you need. Consistency beats timing the market. Time in the market beats timing the market. Even if it's small, start now. Put money into low-cost index funds, dividend-paying, stocks, real estate businesses, or intellectual property. Let your dollars become little employees that go to work every day without ever needing rest. The earlier you start, the sooner you stop trading time for money. Green. Acquire skills that pay you. Forever assets are not just financial. One of the greatest assets is your skill set. Wealthy people invest heavily in their personal development, because once you have a valuable skill, it can never be taken from you. Skills like sales communication, investing negotiation, writing leadership, digital creation, these open doors, create income, and give you leverage. They're the seeds that grow future wealth. Ask yourself regularly, what skill, if mastered, would double my income? Then study it, practice it, apply it, because the more valuable you become, the more value you attract. Take calculated risks. Wealth never comes from comfort, but it also doesn't come from recklessness. The wealthy take calculated risks, not blind leaps. They study, they prepare, then they act boldly. Starting a business, buying your first property, investing in the market. These come with risk, but also reward. Fear keeps most people broke. They wait for guarantees that never come. Wealthy people bet on themselves, with wisdom. They ask, what's the worst-case scenario? They prepare for it. Then they move. Fortune favors the informed. Fortune follows the bold. Create, don't just consume. The poor consume, the wealthy create. Every day, billions of people scroll, watch, buy, and react. Very few create. Yet every dollar in the economy flows from one place to another, from consumer to creator. Want to attract wealth? Then produce value. Start a blog, write a book, build an app, offer a service. Sell your expertise. You have something to offer, something that can be turned into a product, platform, or business. Even on social media, there are two kinds of people: those who scroll and those who own the platform. Shift your identity from follower to leader, from consumer to creator. That's where wealth lives. Closing of part 3. These laws are about more than strategy. They are about freedom. Because when you learn how to multiply money, develop valuable skills, and take calculated action, you no longer depend on luck or anyone else's permission. You begin to write your own financial story on your terms. In the next part of the book, we shift from building wealth to becoming wealth. Let's explore the mindset, relationships, and energy that make wealth. Not just something you have, but something you are. Part 4. Wealth as a way of being. By now, you've laid the foundation, built the habits, and taken the strategic actions. But true wealth is more than just the money in your accounts. It's the energy you carry, the way you walk through the world. This is the part most people miss. You don't attract lasting wealth by doing wealthy things once in a while. You attract it by becoming a person who naturally lives in alignment with abundance. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you embody. These final 4 laws are not about doing more, they are about being more. This is where money stops being a goal and becomes a reflection of who you are. 6th, surround yourself with wealth. Energy, look around you. Your environment either expands you or limits you. Wealthy people intentionally surround themselves with growth-minded people, empowering conversations, ideas, books, and content that elevate. They're not in rooms where they're the smartest person. They're in rooms that stretch them. Your environment is louder than your intentions. If everyone around you is broke, negative, and bitter about money, it will seep into you. Change your circle. Listen to wealthy voices. Join spaces where success is normal, not rare. Remember, proximity is power. Your financial future is shaped by the 5 energies you're closest to. 1. Be generous and grateful. Scarcity says, hold on tight. Abundance says, there's always more. Wealthy people operate from a mindset of generosity, not because they have excess, but because they understand flow. Money is meant to circulate, not stagnate. When you give freely, whether it's money, time, or value, you tell the universe, I trust that more is coming. And gratitude? It's the magnet for more. When you're thankful for what you have, you become a match for what you want. Practice daily gratitude. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Give without expectation. Help without keeping score. Gratitude attracts. Generosity multiplies. 8. Carry yourself like you already are. Wealthy before money shows up in your life. It often shows up in your posture, your tone, your decisions. Wealthy people don't wait to feel rich. They carry themselves with calm confidence long before the world validates them. This isn't arrogance. It's alignment. Start acting like a wealthy person today. Speak with clarity. Make decisions with intention. Dress with pride. Not to impress. Respect your time and protect your energy. You're not pretending. You're practicing the energy of who you're becoming. Money follows identity. Become the version of you who already owns the wealth and watch the world respond. Trust the long game. Impatience is the enemy of wealth. The broke want it fast. The wealthy build it forever. Trust the process. There will be ups and downs, delays, setbacks, plateaus. But if you stay consistent with the laws you've learned, wealth becomes inevitable. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Wealth is not a sprint. It's a rhythm, a flow, a dance between action and patience. Remind yourself, every smart decision I make today compounds into a life of freedom tomorrow. Stay the course. Your future self will thank you. Closing words of Part of Wealth is not only about having more, it's about becoming more. A more generous, wise, calm, focused, and free version of yourself. You now have the blueprint. You've learned the beliefs, the habits, the strategies, and the presence that create lasting wealth. The only question left is, will you live this truth? Because knowledge alone does not change your life. Embodied action does. Let the laws you've heard become laws you live. The rest and will take care of itself. Conclusion, final thoughts. A call to action. Your wealth journey starts now. You've reached the end of this book, but not the end of the journey. In fact, this is just the beginning. You've walked through 19 timeless principles, each one a powerful key that unlocks a different door to wealth. You've learned that wealth begins in the mind, not the bank. That habits quietly create empires, that strategy turns action into abundance, and that the true wealth is not only in what you have, but in who you become. Let this truth sink in. You are not behind, you are not late, and you are not stuck. You are ready. Right now, you have more clarity than most people will ever get. You understand the laws, you feel the shift inside, and that inner shift, that's where wealth begins. So what happens now? You act, not perfectly, not all at once, but with intention, direction, and consistency. Here's your simple next step. Pick one principle and start living it today. Automate your savings. Start a second income stream. Learn one money skill. Set a financial goal. Eliminate one useless expense. Read this book again slower. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be real. Wealth responds to energy, not to stress, not to wishing, but to focus, discipline, and belief backed by movement. A new identity as you move forward. Remember this. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. Start seeing yourself differently, not as someone who is trying to get rich, but as someone who is building legacy. Someone who is rewriting the story for your family. Someone who thinks long-term, lives with purpose, and leads by example. This isn't about greed. This is about freedom. Freedom to think, freedom to choose, freedom to live life fully without fear of money. Your wealth journey starts now. There will be days when the journey feels slow, when the results don't match the effort, when you question if it's all working. Stay the course. Every step you take, every smart decision, every disciplined choice, you are planting seeds. And one day, you'll look back in amazement at how far you've come. Let this be your reminder. You are not meant to just survive. You are meant to thrive, to rise, to build, to create. Your wealth journey doesn't begin next year, or when the timing is perfect. It begins today, right now. So go, live the laws, trust the process, and become the person who naturally attracts abundance. The world needs more people like you. Clear, empowered, unstoppable. Your future is waiting. Go claim it.